Sa video na to, pag-aralan naman natin paano mag-design ng column base plates. So first, ano nga ba ang column base plates? Kapag meron kang steel column, so ito ang ating steel column, sinusuportahan yan usually ng mga concrete pedestals. Okay? Itong concrete pedestals, ito yung nasa ilalim na connect doon sa pundasyon niya sa baba, papunta sa footing. Now, yung steel column natin, if you look at the top view, may kita nyo, the steel column is manipis yung elements niya compared doon sa mga concrete pedestal. At dahil manipis to, at nilagyan mo siya ng force, ang maaaring mangyari is parang pako, no? Na ipapako doon sa konkreto. Manipis yung elements. So, mangyayari, ang tendency nun, mabutas niya or masira niya yung konkreto. Parang pako nga. Okay? So, dahil doon, para ma-distribute yung force galing sa column, ma-distribute yung pressure, naglalagay tayo ng tinatawag natin na base plate. Ayan. Okay? Yung base plate is isang medyo makapal na piraso ng bakal ng steel na nilalagay sa ilalim ng steel column natin para ma-distribute niya yung pressure at hindi masira yung concrete pedestal. So usually yan, naka-welding yan, no? Naka-welding yung steel column natin doon sa base plate. Okay? Naka-weld. Yan. Para doon yung column base plate. Now, paano siya dinidesign? Of course, ang first concern natin is yung bearing strength ng concrete. Kasi nga, ang goal natin dito is hindi madurog yung concrete dahil doon sa contact pressure. So, isa-size natin yung ating base plate para ma-counter itong bearing pressure sa concrete. Ito yung equation natin for bearing on concrete. Yung bearing capacity ng concrete is equal to V times 0.85 F prime C times A sub 1 multiplied by kung ano ang mas maliit, no, minimum of 2 at saka square root of A squared over A sub 1. Sa A sub 1, ito yung area ng base plate natin. Yung A sub 2 naman, ito yung area ng concrete pedestal, pero dapat ito geometrically similar at saka concentric doon sa A sub 1. Concentric A sub 1. Anong ibig sabihin no ng geometrically similar sa concentric? So for example, meron kang base plate na rectangle tapos yung concrete pedestal mo is square. Ang gagawin mo, kukunin mo yung area nung pedestal mo na parang rectangular din, no? Rectangular din in shape kasi kailangan similar shape siya doon sa base plate. Tapos, nakagitna siya doon sa base plate. So, ito yung area ng concrete na similar and concentric doon sa base plate. So, yun yung A sub 2. Okay? So, mag-example tayo. Example 1. Let's say meron akong concrete pedestal na 300 by 300 millimeters. Ang kanyang concrete strength is 28 megapascals. Now, yung column load natin has an ultimate actual load of 1,000 kilonewtons. Ang hinahanap dito, ano ang kailangang size o ano ang tamang size ng concrete, anong base plate natin para maiwasan yung bearing failure doon sa concrete. Okay? So, using yung equation natin, di ba, dapat yung capacity, so this is ang notation natin, PC, no? Yung capacity niya in bearing, kailangan greater than or equal to doon sa load na ilalagay mo. And we know that yung VBC, this is P times 0.85 F prime C A sub 1 times whatever is less between 2 at saka square root ng A sub 2 over A sub 1. Okay. Now, this should be greater than or equal doon sa 1,000 kilonewtons. Okay. So, isa-substitute natin, ang may kita nyo, meron tayong unknown, no? Ang unknown natin dito, yung A sub 1. Yung A sub 2, that would be 300 by 300, assuming na square din yung base plate, okay? So, substitute natin yung mga values. Yung phi natin is 0.65, 0.85 to, and then 28 yung F prime C. Times A sub 1. Ito yung hinahanap, yung area ng base plate. And then, minimum between these two. So, ang gagawin ko, assume muna natin na mas maliit yung A sub 2 over A sub 1 na naka-square root. So, we assume na mas maliit yung 300 squared over A sub 1. Okay? This must be greater than 1,000. And finally, of course, ika-calculator natin to get what could be the value of A sub 1. So, using our calculator, paano ba natin kukunin to? So, we have 1,000.65 times 0.85 times 28. Okay? Ito ay equal sa A sub 1 over square root ng A sub 1. Okay? I-divide din natin to ng 300. 300 squared, pag ni-square root mo, 300. Okay, ito ay equal sa square root ng A sub 1. So, pag in-square mo siya, ito yung area natin, no? 0.046 square meters. Or, again, kung ni-square mo siya, ni-square root mo yung answer natin, this would be 215 or, ibig sabihin yung base plate natin would have the dimensions, this is about 215 or, let's say 216 millimeters by 216 millimeters. Okay. So, ito yung kailangang area ng base plate para, or kailangang dimension ng base plate para maiwasan natin yung bearing failure sa concrete. Now, of course, in-assume natin less than 2 yung square root ng 300 squared. So, i-check din natin if the assumption is correct. So, as you can see, yung square root nung A2 over A1 less than 2 to. So, okay tayo doon sa assumption natin. Now, to check, para makita natin kung tama yung sagot natin, gumawa ako ng simpleng calculator dito sa website ko sa engineerlair.com. So, this is a simple calculator. May mga basic assumptions tayo. So, i-check natin gamit to. Now, wala pa tayong column section. So, i-skip muna natin to. Pero, nakalagay na dito, ang pedestal width natin is 300. Tapos, ang pedestal depth, 300 din. Ang ultimate load ay 1,000. F'(C) is 28. Fy is not given but let's not consider it yet kasi hindi pa naman kailangan. Then, nilagay natin yung nilagay na base plate dimension which is 216 by 216. Now, if I submit this, makukuha natin yung result. So, dito sa concrete bearing checks, gagamitin niya yung mga input na yon to compute for A sub 1 and then yung geometrically similar dimension, 300 by 300 yon since square yung pedestal at square din yung base plate. Then, we have the concrete bearing strength as we have computed kanina. And makikita nyo yung kanyang bearing capacity ng concrete is almost exactly equal dun sa PU. Kasi nga naman, yung 1,000 na PU yung ginamit natin pang compute. At ito, ni-round up lang natin yung B kanina, no? So, ayan, na-check natin. This is the minimum na required na base plate dimension. So, dapat yan, yung B mo, at least 216 by 216 para kayanin niya yung bearing stress na binibigay ng column doon sa concrete. Okay. Ang next na kailangan nating i-design sa base plate, so meron na tayong dimensions niya, no, yung length at width niya. Next is yung thickness ng base plate. Gaano ba dapat kakapal yung ating base plate? So, in theory, kapag meron kang ganitong base plate, sinasabi nila na pwede mong gawin to by flexural analysis. Either magpe-flexure ka along this line, itong N yung width nung mape-flexure na plate, o kaya dito naman sa pakabilang direction yung M. So, big sabihin, pag inanalyze mo yan, ang makukuha mo doon is that the thickness of the plate is equal to the square root of 2 times nung load natin or sub U, and then we have L sub C squared all over 0.9 Fy and then yung area ng base plate Bn. Or, pag nilabas mo yung LC sa labas, ganito yung magiging form ng equation. Now, ano yung LC? LC is yung ina-assume mo na cantilevered length. Kasi ganito yan, no? Kung wari, meron kang let's say, ito yung column, ito yung base plate. So, para kang magkakaroon ng pressure dito sa ilalim dahil doon sa RU. Tapos, may portion ng plate ang magbe-bend, parang mabibend siya pataas. Okay? So, kukunin mo yung flexural strength ng portion ng plate na yon. Yung haba nung nagbe-bend na portion, yun yung LC. Okay? So, dito, since 2 directions tayo, merong M at N, diyan ka kukuha ng LC. So, from this criteria, yung LC natin would be whatever is greater doon sa M at saka N. Okay. Yung N at saka M, meron niyang values, no? For wide flange, so sulat natin dito, for wide flange, or W or I shape, for I shapes. Yung M natin, equal yan sa N minus 0.95 ng depth divided by 2. Yung N naman, equal yan dun sa B, which is yung width ng base plate, minus 0.8 ng flange, ng wide flange all over 2. Okay? For eye shapes yan. So, kunin mo yung maximum, yun yung magiging length ng cantilevered section ng base plate na nagbe-bend. Okay? Now, there is also a case when the base plate is small. Pag small, so tingnan nyo to, ito yung pedestal, yung blue, yan yung outline ng base plate. Small siya in a sense na halos ka-size niya lang yung mismong wide flange. Now, kung ganito yung itsura, ang analysis na ginagawa dyan is parang kukunin mo tong section na to, para kang gagawa ng two-way slab na fix yung mga edges sa tatlong side, tapos pinned o free dito sa kabila. Or free. Actually, free yan. Dito sa kabila. Okay? So, para kang two-way slab. And, di ba, kapag two-way slab, nilagyan mo ng load, meron yung equivalent na mga moment, no? Parang ganon. So, kukunin mo yung mga moment yan. And, they found out na pag gagawin mo siya in terms of equivalent cantilever length na nagbe-bend, it is equal to lambda n prime. So, lambda n prime. Yung n prime, 1/4 yan ng square root ng d times bf, no? Square root ng depth ng flange, nung white flange times bf. Yung lambda naman is minimum of 1 or 2 square root of x over 1 plus square root of 1 minus x, where x is this value. Okay? For the b sub f all over d plus b sub f tapos naka-square times yung ratio nung PU at saka yung bearing strength nung pedestal natin. Okay. So, that is for small base plates. So, in summary, yung thickness ng bearing plate, kukunin mo sa equation na L sub C, yung cantilevered length or assume cantilevered length times square root of 2RU over 0.9 FY, then area ng base plate, B times N. Where yung LC, yung cantilevered length na yon, is the maximum of 3 values ayon sa code, MN at saka lambda N prime. Ito yung M, ito yung N. Yung N natin, this is for W shapes. Yung N prime, yung lambda at saka yung X. Now, for conservative assumption, yung lambda natin, pwede mong i-assume lambda is equal to 1. This is actually conservative, no? Ibig sabihin, ito na yung pinakamalaking value ng lambda, yung 1. Okay? So, n prime na lang kukomputin mo if you don't want to compute yung x, no? So, let's look at some examples. Meron akong wide flange na 21 by 50. Yung 21 by 50, ang flange width niya is 166 millimeters. Ang total depth is 528. Now, yung base plate natin, 300 by 600. Ang FY niya is 248 megapascals. Yung load is 1,200 kilonewtons. Now, naka-note dito, no, sa puti, yung A1 equals A2. Ibig sabihin, yung base plate natin ka-size nung concrete pedestal. Kapatong sila. Tapos, yung concrete pedestal has a prime C of 21 megapascals. So, meron na tayong size ng base plate. Ang hinahanap dito, gaano dapat kakapal yung base plate. Tandaan, yung thickness ng base plate is LC square root of 2RU over 0.9 FYBN. Ang hinahanap talaga dito is yung LC. So, yung LC natin, makompute natin, una, computein natin yung M. M is yung 600 minus 0.95 ng depth ng ating section ng wide flange over 2. Tapos yung N naman, that would be 300 minus 0.8 ng 166 over 2. So, computein natin tong mga to. Ito ang makukuha natin, no? 600 minus 0.95 times 528 over 2. So, this is 49.2. Tapos yung N naman, that would be 300 minus 0.8 times 166 over 2. So, that would be 83.6. This is millimeters. Para naman makuha yung N prime, that would be 1/4 ng square root ng dBF over 4. So, kunin natin, no? We have 528 times 166 over 4. So, this would be 528 times 166, 74.01 millimeters. Okay. So, ngayon, i-skip ko na yung computation ng lambda kasi again, ang maximum value ng lambda, 1.0. Yan yung maximum value. So, pag kinompute mo yung lambda n prime, that would be 74.01. So, ngayon, ang ating LC would be the maximum of these three values, yung 49.2, 83.6, at saka 74.01. Of course, obvious naman that the maximum would be yung 83.6 millimeters. Okay, now substitute na lang natin doon sa formula natin for the plate thickness. We have 83.6, okay, millimeters to, twice ng ang RU natin, 1,200 kilonewtons. So, that would be 1,200 times 10 raised to 3 para maging newtons. Divided by 0.9. Yung plate natin has a strength of 248 megapascals. And then, ang size ng plate ay 300 by 600. Yan. So, ika-calculator natin to and we will get the following. Ayan. Oops. So, no, 83.6 times square root ng 2 times 1,200 times 10 raised to 3. 0.9 times 248 times 300 times 600. So, ang thickness natin, it should be at least 20.43 millimeters. Yan, 20.43 millimeters. Yan ang required thickness ng plate natin. And again, pwede natin itong i-check doon sa ginawa kong simple calculator ng base plates, no? Fresh lang natin to. So, yan. Lagay natin, ang flange width is 166. Total depth is 528. Yung ating pedestal width ay, ano ba yung pedestal? 300 by 600 ka-size ng base plate. The load is 1,200. Concrete is 21. Plate strength, Fy is 248. Okay. Now, yung base plate, again, 300 by 600. So, let's say, ang computation natin, at least 20.43. Let's say, nag-provide ako ng 25 mm na plate thickness. Okay? Now, click submit, and, ayan, nakaagad yung resulta. So, hindi natin chinek yung concrete bearing, no? Kung pasok ba yung size niya. Pero ito, may kita mo, okay naman daw siya. Yung bearing strength niya, greater dun sa 1.2. Now, for the plate thickness check, may kita mo, ayan na, kinumpute niya na yung cantilever strip length. Ito yon, yung 49.2, 83.6, and then kinumpute niya rin yung lambda n prime, which is, yung lambda natin talaga is 0.74, no? Inassume ko na 1 kanina. So anyway, ito na, yung cantilever length is 83.6, which gives us na the required thickness of 20.43, which is exactly what we computed kanina. And nakita mo dito, dahil 25 yung in-input ko, this is okay, no? Since it's greater than the required thickness. Okay, so magamit nyo to, yung column base plate, for simple cases like this, no? Nandito lang naman to sa website ko, engineerlayer.com. Yan, column base plate calculator. Okay, so let's have another example. Example number 3. Ito naman, hindi siya wide flange, no? This is actually a rectangular na HSS. Ang tawag dito is hollow structural steel section. So, yung pedestal natin, 250 by 300. Yung base plate, 220 by 220. Tapos, yung ating section is 100 by 200. Now, ito yung mga given. Yung PICO, this is actually PU. Yung ultimate load niya, 350 to 4821. Okay. So, para makuha yung thickness, again, we just need to solve for M, which is for HSS, parehas lang to nung equation, no? Yung M natin would be 200 minus 0.95 nung this is yung base plate, 220 yung base plate minus 0.95 nung depth nung section. Tapos yung N natin, since hindi naman to wide flange, actually pag HSS, 0.95 din yung multiplier. So 220 minus 0.95 ng width nung HSS natin, ng section over 2. So pag kinompute mo, ito yung makukuha natin. First one, this is 15 millimeters. Yung N naman, that would be 62.5. Now, pag kinuha mo yung N prime, ito yung sa wide flange. Pero let's try, no, kung ano yung makuha natin dito. So, 100 times 200 over 4. So, you'll get a value that is less than nung M at saka N. This is actually just 35.36 millimeters. So, obviously, yung LC natin ang mag-govern yung N, no, yung malaking value dun sa tatlo. So 62.5 millimeters. Now, to get yung thickness ng plate na kailangan, so sa substitute mo lang dun siya sa formula kanina, twice ng 350 times 10 raised to 3 para maging newtons. And then ito 0.9 Fy times yung size ng plate natin, 220 by 220. Okay. So yung kailangan na thickness, this would be 62.5. Disco calculator lang natin ulit. Okay, times 220 squared. So, ang kailangang thickness is 15.9 or say 16 millimeters thick na plate ang kailangan. Okay, i-check din natin yung yung bearing capacity nito. Hindi kasi given na kasi yung size 220 by 220. Pero let's try to check yung bearing capacity. Tignan natin kung okay ba yung size na yon. So for bearing capacity, kailangan natin dyan yung A1. Of course, this would be yung size ng plate, 220 by 220. So that's 48,400 millimeters squared. Yung A2 naman, ito yung geometrically similar na area ng concrete pedestal. So may kita mo, yung concrete pedestal is 250 by 300. Rectangular siya. Square yung base plate natin, 220 by 220. So kailangan kunin mo yung pinakamalaking square na pasok dito sa area na to. So pag kinuha mo yung pinakamalaking square, that would be yung square na 250 by 250. Okay, baliktad pala yung ko. Okay, that would be itong area na to. Yan yung pinakamalaking square na pwede. At may sobra ka, syempre, kasi 300 to. No, 250 by 250 lang yung kukunin mong area. So, ito yung area na similar dito sa area na to. At yan din yung largest area na nung pedestal. So, 250 by 250, square natin yan, that would be 62,500 millimeter square. So, kunin na natin kaagad yung A sub 2 over A sub 1 yan na in-square root, or dahil square naman yan, divide mo lang yung 250 ng 220. That would give us 1.14. Which is less than 2 doon sa kanina. So ngayon, babalikan natin tong equation na to, 'di ba? F85 F prime C A sub 1 times yung minimum ng 2 at saka square root of A sub 2 over A sub 1. So since mas maliit to sa 2, itong 1.14 ang ilalagay natin value dito. So we have 0.65 yung V, 0.85, then 21 megapascals, 48,400 millimeters. Okay, times 1.14 yung value ng square root of A sub 2 over A sub 1. Continue lang natin yung pagko-compute. Lagay natin sa calculator yung mga given. So this gives us a value in newtons. So ito yung kilonewtons. 638 kilonewtons to. Yan yung kanyang bearing capacity, and of course, this is greater than dun sa PU na 350 kilonewtons. Therefore, okay yung size nung base plate natin. And again, pwede natin gamitin yung application na dinevelop ko for this one. Although, naka-note dito, this application supports shapes na I-shape sections lang, no? I-shape sections. So anyway, try lang natin kasi onti lang naman magiging difference nito. So yung flange width for the HSS section 100 by 200. Yung pedestal natin 250 by 300. Yung load ay 350. Concrete ay 21. Yung plate natin 248. Yung plate pala ay 220 by 220. Tapos, sabi kanina, gamitin nating thickness 16 millimeters. I-press submit, may kita mo dito. So, ayun, concrete bearing check. Okay siya. 638 kilonewtons ang kanyang bearing capacity. Sa plate thickness, may kita mo dito, nakalagay, not good. Bakit kaya not good? Kasi nga, yung na-compute natin na MN saka N prime, no, magkakaiba. For this one, 70 lang yung 70 yung N natin kasi naka-times ng 0.8 nga pala, no? Hindi siya 0.95. So, pag HSS kasi 0.95. So, teka ka, tignan natin, no? Ano ba yung difference nun? 0.95 times 100, divide natin ng 0.8. So, para maging equivalent siya na flange width, palitan natin yung flange width natin ng 118.75. So, pag chinek na natin siya dito, ayan na. So, makukuha mo yung exact value na nakuha natin for N, no? 62.5. Ayan. Okay. So parang ginawa ko kunwari wide flange siya. Tapos Binacksolve ko siya para makuha natin dito. Pag 0.8 to, imbis na 0.95, 62.5 pa rin. So, ayan, makuha natin. And as you can see, yung required thickness niya, yung 15.9 millimeters, which is what we got kanina. Okay, so that is how we design column base plates, in particular or specifically yung mga base plates na yung column load natin, axial load lang, no? Walang moment, walang eccentricity.
Like mo yung video kung ayos. Pag hindi, pag mo i-dislike, leave ka ng comment kung bakit, ha? Sige na, subscribe.